Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I am Maddie Bucket and today, I always clap like at the beginning of a sentence. I don't know why. Today I am finally, I know this probably should have been like my first video, but it's fine. I'm gonna do a Q&A getting to know me video. So I put a question box on my Instagram and I had a bunch of you send through some great questions, and I've also added some myself just to sort of introduce me, and so you guys can get to know me if you want to. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to, stick around. So I'm gonna order some Starbucks coffee because I don't have enough energy already, as you can see. It's actually my first time ordering coffee or Starbucks off Uber Eats. Now that I live closer to the city, there's just so much stuff on here. It's insane. I can just order Starbucks. This is crazy. It's nuts. So do I get the biggest size? Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Oh. Oh. I didn't get a straw. What the hell is this? I'm gonna BYO straw, 1 second. Oh, that's good. Good coffee. I'm like out of breath from like running upstairs. Get into the questions. Do I have a middle name? Yes, I do. My middle name is Joy. It comes from my nan, her mother, so my great nan. Her name was Joyce, so my nan's middle name is Joy, my mum's middle name is Joy, and my middle name is Joy. And I love that middle name. Like, I just feel like everyone that I've told it to is like, oh, that suits you. And I'm like, thank you. My favorite food. I love food. All food. Oh my god. It'd have to be like, if I was gonna like pick one thing, it'd be like a good like schnitzel burger or chocolate. Yeah. Do I have siblings? Yes, I do. I have a little brother. Well, not little, younger brother. He's not very little anymore. He is 19. And we are like completely different, okay? He doesn't even have like any social media accounts. He works as a tradie, very quiet, reserved, very good person. And I am the loud one. So school experiences, best worst subjects, fave chosen subjects. School experience. Honestly, I hated like school. I mean, I was good in school. Like I was quite smart. But I just like, no, I was very quiet. Wasn't very outgoing in school, which is like, I'm just a completely different person now. High school was just not my time, to be honest. Favorite subjects, I went to a performing arts school, so I actually did dance and drama for my HSC, which I loved. It was like such a fun thing to do for my HSC. And then I just did all the general other subjects, not that much else that was interesting. But yeah, my high school experience was pretty bland. I honestly had nothing exciting going on in my life until I finished high school, honestly. So any of you are in high school and just don't feel like life's interesting yet, just wait, it's coming. Worst job you've ever had? Oh my god. Okay, so I have worked a lot of like part-time jobs. I've done internships. I've done all that. Probably like my very first job that I got when I was maybe 17, 18. Was a delivery driver for a pizza shop, and it was like my local area pizza shop, so it was like pretty easy like delivery just like around this small town. But like I got amazing tips because I was like the only girl delivery driver they'd like ever seen. So but yeah, my worst would have to be the job I got after the pizza shop, which I did. Great pay, it was amazing pay. I did promo work, and okay, I can't what it's called. It's like shopper marketing or something. I can't remember what it's called. But pretty much I worked for this agency as a promo person, and I would go to Woolworths or Coles and set up this legit stand in this spot, and I had to stand there for 4 hours and give out like samples of products. And it honestly made me feel so shit. It was really good pay, but made me feel so shit because people just hate you. They're like, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it. Like, they're trying to do their shopping, okay? They don't want to be annoyed by some person dressed up weirdly trying to give you crackers and cheese. Like, I would end up like sitting there sort of eating it because I was so bored. Yeah, so that was probably the worst job that I've ever done. I would never ever go back to that. Like, okay, best job I've ever had. It would have to be what I'm doing now, but I would like to say my best part-time job was dance teaching. Like, I just loved getting creative with dances, and the kids were amazing. Like, just so much fun. And I only actually quit that just before lockdown. So yeah, and honestly, the best job is what I'm doing now. Like, it's with Vamps, it's organizing photo shoots. I love like that whole getting into art direction, getting creative with photos, videos, storyboarding. That is like, and me and Luke work really well doing that. Yeah, this is what I'm doing now is definitely, I know it's what I should be doing. It's what I'm here to do, if that makes sense. Can we just like look at this tan on my hands? Ah, how does that happen? It wasn't like that yesterday. I must like wash my hands aggressively. Okay, favorite hobby or activities. Favorite activity is snowboarding, hands down. I love snowboarding, and I got into it when I started dating Luke because him and his family were super into the snow. My family were also into the snow, but we didn't go as much. Luke's family has a place there, so like for the past like 5 years that I've been dating Luke, we've been going like in winter every weekend. Obviously not this year. How did I get into social media? I get this question all the time. Okay. I like to say that I did like just fall into it, but I didn't really fall into it as much as I've been working on it and just keeping consistent with it for like 4 years. I fell into all of a sudden making decent money out of it, if that makes sense, only sort of this year. And I don't know if that's just because the industry is so much more prominent now than when I started. Oh my God, I must have got my copies here. But yeah, I just loved taking photos, doing all this fun stuff, and maybe I think when I had like 5,000 followers, I got my first sort of like contra brand deal, which contra means they send you just a product for free for a post. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I just got something for free. Like, what? And then I don't know, I just kept at it because I liked it, and it was never really my plan for it to be a job, like, ever. I went to uni, I did digital media, which was all like social media stuff anyway, so it was sort of like going hand in hand, but it was more like brands, advertising side. And yeah, I don't know, just because I kept at it, I started getting more brand deals. I joined management agencies and made some amazing connections, and you know, it's just time, hard work, consistency that got me there is all I can really say. So did you go to uni? Yes, I did. I went to a private college in Surrey Hills, and I went for a course that was called Digital Media. And I think this is so cool because this course, when I started it, and that was maybe 3 years ago now, it was brand new. So this college actually brought new courses in that suited what was happening in the industry, and social media was still like advertising especially was still like a very new thing that wasn't heaps big yet, if that makes sense. I just feel like it's grown like a massive increase in that time since then. But they could notice that trend of it getting bigger, so they brought out a course for it, and it had like a mix of advertising units as well as media units. I did video production, I did content strategy. Like, it was just, okay, if anyone asks me about my uni, I am obsessed with it. I loved every single course, I went to Macleay College, sorry I didn't mention that. It was so practical, it was so hands-on, and because it was private, I only had about 6 people in my class, so it wasn't like a big lecture where you're dealing with multiple people. Yeah, it was just, it was like full real life experience, and then we did multiple internships at agencies from there. And I just think my drive, my ambition, and my creativity really stem from my uni experience. And like, not many people can say that, like, at all. Okay, dream irrelevant to career. When lockdown is over, my dream is to just take my savings, pack my bags, go traveling for 6 months, a year, however long I want to, and just go and just escape and just, not escape, but like go and just travel and just live it up. I feel like I'm in a good position with my work now where I feel like I can potentially work anywhere if I want to, which was always my goal. And I mean, yeah, lockdown has sort of stumped me a little bit, but once we're out of this, it's my dream, it's my goal. I can't say short term because I don't know when, but within the next year or two, hopefully. Long term, I can't even think that far, hey, but I guess is to just be financially stable, happy with what I'm doing, to be flexible with my time, work, passions, and just be just super content. That would be my biggest goal. How did I become the happiest and healthiest version of yourself? I love this question. This is really, really cute. I talk a lot on my Instagram that I feel like I have gotten to a point where I am the happiest and healthiest that I've ever been. And I guess it's just working through stuff and going out there, making mistakes, coming back from it. All of that has led me to my mental state, physical state now. I guess like within health wise, I just kept learning. I really love the gym. It's not a chore for me, it's a lifestyle. I guess it does come down to a lot of your mindset and the way you look at things. Like, people could have a very similar life to me and just feel like they are not happy at all. And I guess it's just looking at what you have, what are you grateful for, what are you working towards. I feel like everything is in the way you look at life and the way you look at failure, the way you look at things that set you back. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that's got me to where I am, and having a really good support network, having good people around you that have motivated me and inspired me to keep going. That's definitely it as well. I love this one. Okay. What would I tell my 15-year-old self if I got to meet them? Honestly, all I could say is just, there's so much ahead of you. So much ahead of you. Keep living life to the fullest now and loving what you're doing, and that is what's going to keep on getting you to where you want to be. I don't know, it's actually a really hard one, because I had a completely different mindset when I was 15. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just doing whatever. I had no idea the plan or anything what I was going to do. And I guess the biggest thing would just be keep doing the things you love and finding your passion. And when you find your passion, stick with it. I feel like that's sort of what I did. And then I've found a way to make money out of my passion, and that is amazing. And also, I know I'm going to get questions that are really like, can you guys please do a business Q&A? And I want to do it with Luke. I just got to plan it out with Luke, because he's not so much as a camera person as me. But very soon I want us to sit down. I've got so many questions that you guys asked me about business and like how I started up and what I wish I knew before I started, and like me and Luke could really answer all those really well, and like working together as like in a relationship as well could be really interesting. So stay tuned for that. Weird habits. I feel like my weirdest habit, no joke, is just laughing at everything, even when it's not funny. Okay, if I just meet you and you were trying to be funny or something and you say, I will laugh at you no matter what you say. I feel like, okay, it's a weird habit. I feel like it's a good habit. It's very like positive energy. I feel like I got that from my mum. She does that all the time and is like always laughing and constantly laughing, and it brightens up any room. So if it's a weird habit, it's a very good habit, I would say. Have I ever been on TV? Yes. So last year I did, okay, and I wasn't even open about this. So this is the first time I actually talked about it openly because it just didn't go well as I expected. I did an interview with SBS and they brought out a new series called The Feed, and they did like a series about influencers. And I think when they interviewed me, I had about 50K. So like I was considered the micro influencer, and like the interview was great. I felt like I answered everything like confidently. They were just very interested like in me and how I work and how I go and take photos and where, and like we got Luke involved, and Luke was like filming me doing like workout videos. And like, yeah, I felt like it went really well. It was very general, just about like me as an influencer, what it's like and what like brand deals I have, that sort of stuff. When it came out, they would do, okay, and I get like TV shows need to do this, so they do like half like positive side of the industry and then the other half is like kind of negative. So that's what they did. They have the first half about me and my brand deals and how it was like a part-time job for me and this whole blooming industry, and then they did the side about influencers and giving false advertising and manipulating people with eating disorders and all this. And that was like right after showing me, and I was like, and they didn't specifically show like a connection between me and that, but I was just like, oh my God. And I got a phone call from my pop because like everyone watched it, and my pop was like, so I just watched it, just be careful, you know, with the way they perceive you and that. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, and there was 2 episodes and it sort of did the same thing, and it was like, I don't know, watching it, it's not like they made me out as a bad guy or anything, but it was like, here's this influencer and her living this amazing, cool life, and here's the bad side of it all, of how it affects people. And I was just like, they didn't tell me they were gonna do that, like, but yeah, that's why I haven't openly spoken about it, because I just felt weird about it. I was like, I'm not sure if I liked it. So yeah, that's my story time. Favorite thing I've accomplished so far. There's so many little things that build up, but just like one thing I've accomplished is just graduating uni. It was such a great experience. Okay, and I know it's not for everyone. Uni is not for everyone, can confidently say that. But I had a really great experience. I met some amazing people that are lifetime friends now. And even like my lecturers, I call them up as my mentors. Yeah, it's definitely the biggest thing I've accomplished. Really great experience. Okay, I love this. I'm gonna finish off with this question. Oh, now I've forgotten the question. Well, what title would you give this chapter in your life? Oh, this is such a cool question. I've never thought about it. I guess like just this year especially, I've moved out of a small town. I've had so many more opportunities, connections, jobs in this industry. And I've learnt so much and come so far. Honestly, I would say like finding a new path is, that's so cheesy. It's so cheesy, but it's just, I feel like this year I have managed to turn my passion into a source of income, and that was always a goal for me. It wasn't like something I'd openly be like, this is what I need, but it was always that thing like, you know, I want to work and love it every day, and I want to make an income that I can still live the lifestyle I want and love my life and go out and do fun things and not be in office 5 days a week, 9 to 5. So yeah, that's that's probably like my new chapter in life, is finding that new path and just being, believing in myself this whole time to get there. So cheesy, I'm sorry. But it's funny, like at the beginning of the year, I was literally going to all these job interviews and I was still like doubting myself and like, I should go get a full-time job. That's what I should do. I'm so glad that I didn't go and do that. I cannot explain to you. If you have a passion for something and you can see it potentially in the future getting there, just stick with it. You can always go and get another job. You can always go and get employed by someone if all else fails. I'm no kidding. And I'll talk about this more when I do like a little business Q&A. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to finish up there. Literally like, this coffee was so good. The vanilla, that's the secret. That is the secret. But I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know me. I am stopping there, otherwise this video will be so long. And yeah, I hope you all have a beautiful week, and I love you all so much. Make sure you subscribe and like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.